Good evening. What it is here? December 23rd, 2021. Yes, indeed. Almost the end of the year. But a tough year it's been for the most part. But I mean, it's always a blessing. And as I think about the blessings, I gotta get up to God right now. All glory, all praises to the Most High, the Almighty God, the God of our ancestors. Uh, Yeah, we're in for a treat tonight. I have my son, Asante Walker, will be joining me on set in a few. Before we get to him, uh, I would like to continue to shout out to some of these friends of mine from the past who been victims of gun violence. And naturally, it's just hard to remember everybody. But as I kind of recall, once I can you get people to remind me of certain other people. Naturally, I would, you know, uh, bring that up, their memories up because this is, I'm not your enemy. It's all about trying to stop this gun violence that we plaguing each other with. You hear horror stories after horror stories, and I'm tired of it. Completely tired of it. We all should be. But I don't want to waste any time. Um, get right to it. Um, One of my long-term friends, his name Pooh. He from Lincolnshire, Monroe, Louisiana. I believe he was shot and killed in the late 80s in Harvey. Uh, Now, this is a long time ago here. It's my cousin, Tyrone Scott. He was set up. I believe he was like 19 when he got killed. Couple of guys kind of some kind of way they broke into his car, sit in the back seat, laid down, and once he got in the driver's seat, he didn't know they tried to rob him. Eventually, they killed him, and I believe that happened in 1978. Excuse me. Another friend of mine named Ross, he got shot and killed. He from Aurora, Louisiana. Another guy named Carl from Jacksontown, Marrero, Louisiana. He was set up. He was murdered. Warren Mays. He was a local hip hop artist. Um, he was killed, gunfire. Troy Curtis. He grew up with me from the Ninth Ward Desire Project. He was murdered, gunfire. Lil Lewis. He from the Ninth Ward Desire Project. He was murdered. This Most of these here happened in the 80s. Another one named Blanky, Ninth Ward, from Desire, but he wound up being killed in the Florida Project. Uh, Tommy Lee, another one from the Ninth Ward, was murdered, gunfire. Arthur, uh, like a cousin, um, he got shot in the head. That happened in the 80s as well, Ninth Ward. Jeffrey Epman, I'm talking about a great basketball player, man. One of the greatest I ever saw that never made it to the NBA. He fell in some hard times, started, using drugs and all that. Something happened. Well, some young kids wound up killing him. Jeffrey Epman. Eric Roussel, another one. Great guy. Um, Whatever happened, I don't know all the details of his uh, murder, but I think cops killed him. Tim Grizzly. He was street guy that I, kind of ran with back then. But he apparently was a poison. He was poison. And Eugene Price from Hedale, Louisiana. That's in Marrero. Something happened in Kenner. Him and a white guy got into a white guy wound up shooting him. I just want to kind of like just run off some of these violent uh, you know, gun debts that we really need to. This plaguing our community. Period. It's plaguing our community, and I'm not your enemy. It's gonna be geared up to try to curb the violence for real. Stop it. End it. That's my mission. I was appointed by the Most High to get on this, and it's taking time because Rome wasn't built in a day. So right now I'm in the midst of putting some things together, and it takes time. It just takes time, but I'm confident, I'm faithful, and I'm full of belief that we're gonna end it. It'll be a new day for Black people in this country. So I'm gonna get away from that. But tonight, like I said, my son made it back on Monday. Um, they gave him 10 days off, and you know he'll be coming this way for Christmas. Spend a day or two with me and my wife and Jamal, my other son. And but tonight we gonna chop it up with him and get his experiences and his little walk and the impact that I definitely try to play to make sure he don't follow my lead in the route I live my life because excuse me before my daddy passed in 2005, 3 days before my 39th birthday. My daddy wasn't integral part. He wasn't an integral part of my life, but I knew he loved me. I knew he cared about me. It's just that his life never was intact for him to impact my life. So, and I never wanted to be that type of father, dad. I wanted to be integral. I wanted to be a part, hands on, in the best ways I can. No matter, man, his mother didn't make it in our relationship. I didn't want that to be a crippling thing for him. So I always tried to do my part, play my role best I could, despite uh, the bitterness. Because sometimes when you have this breakup, it could be a bitter thing, and you know, um, and sometimes it gets so bitter. People kill each other and all this other stuff. And I ain't want that part because, if I'm not mistaken, I think I mentioned it last week or week before last. If the devil played with me and injected some thoughts for me to kill his mother, what gonna happen to him? And what I'm gonna tell God when I see God. So these are the things that reign supremely in my mind and my heart that I knew that was an option that I could not make. So so I thank God once again for giving me that ability to get past this bitterness, to move on, and to see my son slowly becoming a man. He's a young man, but he's developing in the right way. He don't share my views. He's more wide open to society and the new era that's been ushered in. But again, like I have talked to him though about this gay shit. I'm not into that. He know that. He know my stand on that. So, but for the most part though, I'm proud of him because you know, like I mentioned, I believe a week left, not last week, week before last, where me and him had this one on one for the first time outside of him being a child or a baby. As a young man, me and him took a trip to Cleveland in 2019. And that one on one time, we discussed some real life issues like going into my past, and like I was telling him, a baton was passed to me, but my daddy wasn't really running. I had to go back and get it, and I was running, so I want to pass it to him to teach him how to run and how to him to prepare him to prepare his children to do better than what I have done in my lifetime. And that's the goal. That's the mission. You know, I'm getting a late start on a lot of stuff I want to do because when I was a little younger, like me and Dexter, we started our career, but naturally, we kind of like fell off and went different ways and different things. But we back at it. We just gonna do it a different way now. With our older age then kicked in, so we got to be more clever on how we do and introduce certain things now. So that's where I'm at. That's just about. But and for those who've been waiting for me to get back into the book, uh, I'm just waiting on a couple of other guys to be free. With these holidays that rain up on us, I had some guys on deck to so we can really tackle and really dive into it like we first started. So don't get discouraged. Be patient with me. We will be getting back into I'm not your enemy, the binary effect. We will be getting back into the book. I promise you that. Just the holidays that did catch us and with this pandemic thing, which today I did go get my shot, my booster shot, you know. So if I'm not mistaken, look like Pastor Kevin bringing up my son. His name is Asante Kofi Walker. Waiting on him to get cleared. There
Hey,
you
you can
go.
hear me?
Yes, yes, sir. I hear you.
Hey, what's going on, Dad?
How you doing?
I'm alright.
I'm good. How you doing?
I was just listening to your story.
Yeah, yeah, correct. Look like we froze up a little bit.
Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi a little messed up over here.
That's all right. Cool. That's cool. This legendary stuff here. So look, like I said, you'll look back on time and you'll see this. So like I was telling them, man, I'm so proud of you. Uh, you know, um, I know your struggles, I know your pain, but just like I was telling you, I mean, I never asked to be raised without my dad. Um, I never asked to be raised by a single mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for you to go through your little small pain, your little troubles and stuff. But look, I don't even want to. I want to introduce let you introduce yourself to people that are gonna be listening to this. So you know,
Uh,
tell the people who you are.
well, I'm Asante. Asante Walker. I'm 24. I just currently joined the military. I joined it a little later than I probably should have, but I had to go through my own experiences in life to help me realize this was a good choice for me. Um, Hopefully, when it's all said and done, I can attend a university. I was planning to go to Southern, um, maybe join the football team, and keep pursuing my passion in music and creating clothes. That's pretty much it
Good
for the
deal. Good
moment.
deal. Good deal. But like I said, and look, since he mentioned his apparel, when we was on our way to Cleveland, he kind of introduced me. Cause like, keep in mind, I do contracting work, so I work a lot. And my son, even if I'd have been like in his life right then and there, I work a lot, and sometimes I'll be out of town. Look like we lost him.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
still
there
here.
you go. And I'll be out of town. Okay, I'll be out of town a lot. But recently, I've been blessed to be home. But with that being said, it's just been a joy to see his development. To see, matter of fact, let me see if I can find a picture to show y'all what I'm saying. How far the process uh, and his journey, because Anytime you have a breakup with the man, the woman, the child be affected. You be affected, she'll be affected, but it just take prayers. It takes a lot of praying, man, to God, trust and belief. Matter of fact, look, I'm gonna bring a picture up, a long time picture here, back way back in I don't know if y'all can see it. It's in '97. This he probably about 2 or 3 weeks old on this picture. I get a little closer to the camera. Yeah, that's his journey. And he fell into some hard times. I'm not there, and just like any child, you kind of wish and hope and pray that your daddy be there with you, and blah blah blah. Have that the feeling of having the mom and the daddy together, and he being nurtured and disciplined at the same time. But I didn't want to be a deadbeat dad, so I made it my business, regardless to my work. If you can recall, I used to leave work sometime, go to field trips. You remember those days?
Right. Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you would come
because I
to my
wanted to be a
school,
present.
like you'll come to my school like randomly, like I'll just be in class and they'll tell me somebody's waiting for you in the office and I'll see you.
Yeah, of course. And we look, it haven't always been pretty, because again, just like a young man, he growing, and and he got his anger, he got his pain, and he got his the testosterone in him as well as he growing, and they pop up because you never know what's being told to your kid. And it ain't got to be the mom; it can be anybody, you know, telling my kid all kind of stuff about me, but I want him to know about me for himself. So that's why I wanted to be a part of his life. And for instance, I'm gonna tell a story, which I stated before, but now I got you to kind of say your version of it, because you can tell a story. All right, matter of fact, let me back up for a second. I was about 10 years old. Um, my daddy, he was laying some towel in my grandmother' apartment, the Desire Project. He was close to the hot water heater. Um, So they had two elements there already. He had heat and he had fuel. So when I opened the door, I brought in the oxygen. So to create a fire, you need three elements. I brought that third one when I opened the door. And the minute, the second oxygen hit them other two, um, in the heat, a fire erupted just like that. 70% of my daddy body was burned. I hurried up and ran out the door. But for years, my daddy was telling this story. I saved my son. I had to save my son from the fire. But as I was younger, it really didn't rain, never really penetrated my understanding. He was saying that, right? But as I got older, I started thinking about what's really took place. And I had to tell my daddy, I said, Dad, you didn't save me. When I opened the door and I seen that fire, I hurried up and ran back out the door. Seconds after I seen the fire. You didn't save me. So what I'm saying, while bringing it up, I'm gonna have a version, but my son, he gonna have his reality of that version. So and that way it could be a complete story, just like having a penny, a dollar, a nickel, or whatever. You got one side and you got the other side. So I'm gonna share my side, and I'm gonna say his side, and that'll be the complete story. But anyway, I went to his class like he mentioned earlier, because I wanted to see him. I left work early, and I just want to pop up on him, see how you doing. So when I get to the class, the principal, he was a nice guy. Let me get, to the class, and the teacher, we interrupted class for a second, and the teacher went and got my son and brought my son to me. But when I looked at him, he had his pants hanging down with all his drawers hanging. And I mean, right then and there, I couldn't even control my emotion, my discipline, none of that. That just never what I wanted for him. So I immediately just picked him up, just picked his pants up, his belt or whatever it was, and he almost fell in. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So what's your version of that? I know you was angry, but
Well, see,
I would have.
okay, so while you're saying that, there was plenty of moments where you came and saw me in school. That moment right there, that was like that was in high school. So like he came to see me like in elementary school and middle school, but that was when I was in high school, and that was like during a time where like I went to a certain school, like so I switched high schools. I went from Destrehan to East St. John. That's the school that we're talking about. East St. John is very ghetto to put it in like the lamest terms. So during that time, it's all about looking cool. It's about trying to perceive like look hard in front of everybody. So that's I kind of fell into that trap of trying to look tough all the time. So um when you came saw me, that was also during a time where like I was just I was just trying to look tough in front of everybody. I was following the crowd. So when you came saw me, I was happy you was there. Um, but it's like initially when you saw me, I just saw the look on your face, and it just threw me off. Like, and then when you came picked up my pants, I was just so used to trying to look hard, so that just threw me off. And I needed it. I needed that during that time. I didn't think about it, but I needed that, and I immediately like push. I didn't push you, but I like took your hands and like moved your hands from my pants. And then the principal that was there, he said it. I remember what he said. He said, "If that was my son, I don't know exactly what he said, but he said if that was my son, I probably wouldn't have fought him right then and there." I don't know if you remember that part, but I remember that
No, I
whole
don't. I
situation.
know that you. I don't remember pushing me or any type of aggression. I don't remember that at all. But I seen the look in your eye, and that brought like aggression to me, and that's when I knew I had to be more disciplined because I'm in your school, and I definitely don't want me and you to have a situation like this. So, um, but again, I'm the authoritative figure, and I always pride myself to be responsible, regardless of the situation. So I don't remember or recall, besides a look. I remember the look, and that really like I knew you was out of place now. So now if I got to bring aggression for you, because I'm the parent here, and I'm the one who responsible for your growth. I'm responsible for your disciplines and all these other nurturing things that's needed to develop a child, right? So, um, but that's all right. The key is, which I this is what I preach. With men, black men in particular, because again, our home has been broken for many different reasons, in many different ways, um, from lack of knowledge, from lack of resources, uh, lack of training, lack of love, lack of uh, resources, whatever. It's just a laundry list of a lot of negativity. Now, don't get me wrong. And now on the other side, they do have a population that's doing their part. The fathers, the mothers, the marriages that's succeeding these same and they're moving forward with the same negativities that's around, but a lot of them being crushed under these negativities. But like I said, that's why I wanted you to share your version because, like I said, it's so easily to see your side of a story and never understand the other side of that other person part of that story. So that makes a completion right there. But again, we got past that, and you kind of seen that I was gonna be, you know, um, the dad I had to be to make sure that you stay on track. Because again, I didn't want you getting caught up in no prison. on those streets selling those drugs. You know, talked about gay stuff. We talked about all these things that I know that can affect a black man, a black young man. Now I did make my mistakes with the drugs in the prison, but I never been in no gay stuff. So I want you to deal with none of that stuff. Period. So look, let's get to this. Your experiences for us. Your growth from high school to when we went to Cleveland and your experiences for you making the decision to finally go to the military and stuff like that. Cause see, some young guys to this, and we want to be to a point where we can help them with your experiences.
Well, immediately after high school, we all like have this dream of like this, like the world is your oyster. You're just gonna become somebody. Not realizing the hard work it takes. So immediately after high school, I went to a community college for music business. Um, I didn't finish that because I wasn't disciplined. I wasn't focused. I was too busy worrying about the wrong things. Um, during that whole time, I had a job at Home Depot. I worked there for a few years. It taught me some things I needed to know, as far as waking up on time, being responsible, being around a bunch of grown men and women that helped. But I always felt like that wasn't the life I wanted. I had to push baskets. That was like very degrading to me, kind of mess with my pride a little bit. But you got to do whatever you got to do to get a check. I learned that growing up. The reason why I joined the military, I was supposed to join the military years ago. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was supposed to join the military after high school, but I me just thinking I was just gonna become somebody. It was just gonna happen like that. That what kept me from joining. I had a during that whole time. To be honest, I had a weed habit. I didn't really mess with anything else. I didn't mess with nothing hard or nothing crazy, but I always had this weed habit that I eventually I kicked now, but um that hindered my growth a lot. That kept me from not finishing school. That kept me from not living the way I was supposed to live, to be honest. But the thing that made me join the military is that was when I wound up getting an apartment. This was after Cleveland, so I moved to Cleveland. Then I came home. I was supposed to move to Los Angeles, but I wound up not moving to Los Angeles. So I came home, um, and I was just in a rut. I got fired from Home Depot for fighting. Um, so now I don't want to get another job at no random place anymore. I'm tired of working for pennies and working hours for pennies. So I wound up making that change to join the military. I was smart. I always been smart, so I got a high score in the ASVAB. And once I realized I could get a $20,000 bonus while also going to school and making $800 a month without working a job. That's what made me join the military. To be honest, me knowing I could make the money I want and I can actually go to school for free and make a difference that I want to make.
Good deal. Good deal. Let's go back though. Let's go back to that experience in Cleveland, if you recall. Because now since me in and out your life, even though I don't want to sound like I'm not in your life, but with my work schedule and I work sometimes 6 days a week, 7 days a week, and sometimes I'm not even at home. I might be working out of town. But let's go back to Cleveland because there were some things that I shared with you that for some reason I just thought that you knew about me for some reason. But when I shared those things with you, you when we left Cleveland and came back home, you know, uh, you I don't know if you text me or call me and you shared some things with me. You recall that?
Um, I don't remember, to be honest.
Okay, then let me refresh your memory. You say, Dad, man, I appreciate everything. I appreciate that trip because blah blah blah. You still don't recall that?
Yeah, I remember now.
Okay. Now, share your version that you can remember that you
Oh,
shared with me.
okay. I remember saying, I appreciate, um, because that was the first time, me as getting older, becoming a man, I actually understood like where you were coming from, like, I appreciate like, um, our bond that we grew over that time. I remember saying I appreciate. I don't know if I said it like this, but I appreciate the way like how people respect you and how people look up to you in a way like you demand respect. Um, and how like you're a man that stands for something and nobody can take that away. Now I didn't put it in those words during that time, but me growing up now, that's kind of what I meant when I was saying that.
Okay. This is what I got from it then. I got this, man, that by us being one on one, and I knew that I had made some mistakes way before you was born. Way before you was born. I made some mistakes in my life because without having that guidance and having single mother dealing with 4 kids, we had five, but one of them had eternal illness that he never really was a part of our life, but he still was our brother. But we all went astray, especially the boys. Um, so after I came home in '93 from being in prison, when I met your mama, we wound up getting together, and 5 years later, you was born. And but I knew then, which is a more complex story. But let's see, yeah, I can share this quickly. Dexter, me and Dexter was working on our own career with rap at the time, and we was having a lot of bumps in the roads, because he was more the the, the, the the visionary business person. I was the creative person. So it was just tough. It was tough because we didn't have the money to do what we needed to do. So what happened was, I think you could have been 2 weeks old at the time, and I wasn't working. But your mama was working, and back then we had beepers. There were no cell phones on this level like it is today. So I called her at her work, and I said, "Look, what is that?" She said, this should be in the cabinet." So I go look. I said, "They don't have none." I said, "Oh, we must have ran out. I'm gonna get some when I get off from work." I said, "But I gotta clean my little boy. I mean, you know." So I had to clean you up and put a towel around you. We only had one family at the time. So at that time, now God dealing with me then. He's like, "Man, you got to get your just keep pushing this rap thing because it's not getting anywhere, right? Not at this moment." So that would now think about it. You 24 years old, right?
Yeah.
You 24 years old, correct? All
Yeah.
right. And I've been doing electrical for 24 years. See, that's what happened. I have then finally got a job, and I've been doing it ever since because of I want to be that man to show you what a man does, how man take care of business. But again, like I said, way before you was born, I made tons of mistakes to get to this point. So half of the time I'm talking to you that you don't comprehend or understand, I've been there and done that. I don't want you to ever get all. It's like I don't want you to do. You know how some do. No offense to these guys, because maybe they never been trained too. But when another guy take his child and glorify him to go kill, glorify him to sell drugs, he's lost, and he got the kid lost. See, a real parent that love his child ain't gonna put him on that street. They're gonna get them to do something bigger and better, lay a better road for them. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
So that's why I ask you that because again, they're gonna be some kid look at this or some dad look at this, and this conversation can be very fruitful and helpful to them. And this is all about because, like I say, man, and several situations, man. I'm proud of you. That's just like Jamal. Same thing. If you remember when I met his mom, and man, you was together when we met Jamal for the first time. You remember that?
Um,
You remember?
no, I
I'm
don't
gonna
remember.
remind you. We was in Winn Dixie. Okay, I'm about to remind you. We was in Winn Dixie parking lot. We was in Winn Dixie parking lot, or for the Palco. But that's where he was working at. He came, got in the car with us, and I talked to him. I said, "Man, your mama told me a lot of good things about you, but you know why? Because you was a little younger then. That's why you I don't remember you was a little younger. But yeah, he came, got in the car with us, and we talked. You know what I'm saying? He a smart guy, and he gonna be something. And sure enough, he handled his business. So I'm proud of both of y'all. Proud of both of y'all. Y'all both handling your business. And I think before it's all said and done, both of y'all gonna make some major marks in the world. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you, Dad.
Yeah. But yeah. So when you going back?
January 3rd, we go back. We only get 14 days, and then after that, I
Oh, I
got a
thought it was
month
10.
left.
Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, man. Like again, man, I'm so proud of you, man. Like you got off track. And look. Matter of fact, since we're on that subject, before we can't let the people not know. Just let them know how I used to get on you, how I used to drill you, but at the same time being patient with you too. Let them know about that because you used to duck my calls. Let them know that I used to duck my calls when I be calling you to find out what's
Yeah.
going on with you. Yeah, let them know
Okay.
about that
So
too.
yeah, I do appreciate, like, even though like I used to duck your calls a lot, I did it for a long time. I'm not gonna lie. Like I have my on and off moments. Like I'm talking about since I was like, I remember when you gave me that Nokia phone, and like that was when I
Yeah,
was like, I don't even remember. I was like 13, maybe 12.
you probably younger than that.
Yeah, probably younger than that. Like probably like 11 or 10. But and
Yeah,
like sometimes I would answer, sometimes I wouldn't. And but during that whole time, you always used to call. It don't matter like if I didn't answer, call back or answer like for years. Like you would always still call me back, and I appreciate that. Now it was a mixture of like me maybe having outside influences, maybe telling me things, and like me being young and a child at the time, me listening, and then me just getting older, and then just like, man, I just want to live my own life. I really don't want to hear nobody telling me nothing. But I do appreciate that you would call me.
and see the reason why I brought that up because uh, a lot of parents just don't know, and like you just said, man, a lot of people can haters like haters come in all forms. It can be family members hate and jealousy of family members. That happens. I mean, I'm not like that. I mean, anything I try to bring peace. If I don't get along with you, I try to stay away from you. If I feel we got issues in some kind of way, I don't want that on me. So with that being said, though, but I'm not gonna mislead a child. I'm not gonna do that. So that's why it's so important that we stay as a parent, even if you're not with the child's mother, or in some cases, in most cases as well, the mother not being with the father of that child, y'all got to connect with the kid. You got to make is paramount to make that connection for the kid's sake, because you don't know if you leave that door open, who can come in that door, come through that window, and mislead the kid with information, and sometimes be false information. But I'm glad I was consistent. I thank God for that. Be consistent to be in your life, because, like I said, nobody ain't gonna like me, because I know what it is, man. I've been there and done that. And like I said, and I told you about a million times, I knew my daddy loved me, and he never really did anything for me, ever. You know what I mean? But I knew he loved me. I just know the connection. I just know it. So, and it wasn't all about just him doing things. It's just I know he loved me, and that was good enough for me. But I go a little further than that. I don't just show you I love you. I prove it. You understand? Because one day my time is up on this earth like everybody else. But I want you to understand what it is to be a man and take care of your business. Because, like I said, one day you have kids or a child, whatever it is, and you're in that woman uh, for some reason don't make it. That's that's cool. You just make sure you take care of your business with your child, because that's the way it is. Because the child is not his or her fault that mama is not together. You understand? You just make sure you be a man and take care of your responsibility. Period. Don't get mad at her to a point where you mad at that child, because the child is innocent, and a lot of people get blind to that reality. They get mad at the spouse or the mate, and take it out on the child, and the child is an innocent bystander in situations like that. But I'm glad that you have grown and you maturing, and you're starting to see things uh, where you should, and your development is on point, man. And I appreciate it, and I thank God for it.
Yeah, I'm happy to
You
hear
still
that,
there?
man. No, huh? Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. No, I don't see you on the screen. When I don't see you on the screen, I'm thinking you're not there.
Oh, that's not me. That's
So you coming over
probably
Christmas Day?
about
What time you coming? What time you coming Christmas Day?
a You see that I can't give you a time. But here's the thing. My mom, we're gonna be going to like a Christmas party, like that's right there. So we're gonna be going there early.
Okay.
So it's like, and then she lives like right beside you. Like she lives in Algiers, so that's like right there.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
And so I'm
That's
gonna
fine.
probably
That's
go.
cool.
I'm gonna go by you
I ain't got nothing
first,
planned.
and then I'm gonna go over there. You heard
I thought
me?
you said you were gonna spend the night with. Yeah. I thought you were gonna spend
Yeah,
the
I
night over
am.
here.
I am. I'm gonna come back. Like I'm gonna go over
Okay.
there, and then I'm gonna come back over by you.
Okay. Cool. Cool. That's what's up. Fine. Yeah. But yeah, man, continue to make me proud, man. Stay focused. Continue to develop and work on all the things that your heart desire. But like I always have told you, man, you gotta pray, man. You gotta pray, man. You gotta get on them knees. Um, none is perfect. Nobody perfect. But you gotta develop this faith with God, man. You gotta have that personal thing with Him for yourself. You know that been look. If all my mistakes in my life, I just always trust God, man. I always did. I don't care how gangster I got to get with stuff, how raw I got to get with stuff. That I just trust God. I believe in God and I trust Him through the process, man. And and I got more than one reason. Like I shared with you the other day, man. When Christmas Day, you could have been 18 months old when you went into a seizure, man. Right there, 4, 5 in the morning. I put you in the center of the bed. Don't know what's going on with you. I put you in the center of the bed and got on my knees and prayed and asked God, hey, look, whatever going on, give me the strength to accept whatever you about to do with my son. Period. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And be
understand.
wanting to bring you to the hospital. Yeah, man. So my relationship with God is real. I ain't got no shame in that. Period. I may not believe God like everybody else do, or their versions of it, but I
Right,
believe in Him for myself. Period.
right.
And I challenge and encourage everybody to get their own personal relationship with God for themselves. When you go to trusting man with that relationship with God, that can become a problem. You know, he'll get into your pockets, he'll get into your wife, you all kind of stuff that goes on with that. So I trust everybody to look, get your own personal relationship with God for yourself. Period. But man, look, like I said, Asante, man, you come a long way. And I just know that you're gonna be a mover and a shaker in the future, man. You know, and you ain't got to be a lot of loud things. You ain't got to be in the center. You ain't got to be known. Just do your thing. You know what I mean? Do your thing with your heart desire. Do your thing.
All right, Dad. I will. I will for sure.
Yeah. Then I ain't gonna hold you. I got like 14 minutes left, and I wanna introduce Santa. I got Santa behind me. Now you can hang around, or you can go ahead and take care of your business. I just appreciate you coming on board with me tonight and spend some time with me. And like I said, you're welcome to hang around, or if you want to go and take care of your business, it's your choice.
All right, well, Dad, I'm gonna let you finish your podcast. Let you talk to the people.
All right, man. Appreciate it. I love you, man.
I love you too, Dad.
All right, bro. Be good.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, as y'all can see, I got Santa behind me. But yeah, my son, man, good dude, man. He just like any boy or child, man. When the mom and the daddy don't make it, it's a moment in their life. Where some crisis gonna step in. They um most of the time, just like all of us, the ones who was raised in a single home. What if? I imagine he went through that a lot. What if? What if my daddy was here? What if my mom and my daddy was together? Blah blah blah. You know, it's not. It's natural. But but I knew that loneliness I had by not having my daddy with me. So I wanted, like there's many different moments, man. I left jobs. I left my job to go to a field trip. Just tell him, hey man, I gotta go. Oh man, I need you here. I need you at the job. No man, I gotta go. I got a family emergency. Many times that didn't happen. To be a part of his life, to make sure he understand that I'm here. Even though me and his mom not together, I'm here. I'm here. Not saying at the time, what her bitterness could have told, made her say some things about me that at the time she in her heart probably thought was true, but just out of bitterness, I don't know that. And that can go both ways. I probably would have said some things not knowing, but the key was I had to be there, and that's what I'm sharing with you guys. We gotta make our presence known in our children's life, no matter what the situation or the circumstances. If you don't have the money at the time, you still go there because love is gonna be, just explaining things to them and talking to them about the circumstances that you're in. If they if they old enough to understand that. If they're not, that's something different. But the key, you still have to be a part of their life. But I'm proud, man. I really am. Because he did have some marijuana issues, and I used to burn up. But see, I couldn't get mad because I knew I was there too. When I was 12 years old, 12 into 19, I was smoking. So by me having that experience myself, I just know I had to be patient and just talk to him and continue to talk and say, bro, look, man, you can't. And what happened? See, the reason why I stopped because, like I said, down here they was killing each other for little pieces like this, little pieces like this. They're killing each other, you know. So I ain't want nobody to roll up on me, and I don't be in my right mind, my right state of mind. I want to be, fresh and thoughtful about what I got to do for my survival. So I stopped smoking at the age of 19. So, and I explained that to him when we was on our way to Cleveland. So that was a big impact. Me and him being one on one. And finally, he because shortly thereafter, it took about another year before he decided to stop smoking and make that decision to go to the military. So you got to be patient with these kids, man, especially today's world. They got an echo chamber. Let me explain that quickly. Echo chamber. Let's say we got a big tube. We got a big tube, and we close that tube. The information that's in that tube is just bouncing around the tube. They don't go outside of that. They get in other information. So that's why it's important that we lay law, that we give another version of reality. Because if not, if you think I'm lying, look what was happening, what's been happening for the past 2 years. They've been saying that the pandemic is not real, and people been losing their lives because they don't want to take the vaccine that's free. Matter of fact, since we talking about it, I went and got my booster shot today. Right here. Got my booster shot today. So, but they've been, that's that echo chamber I'm talking about. You go to listen to what people saying, and now you losing your own life behind foolishness. So that's why we got to be more responsible as parents, especially black men, man. We got to step up and talk to our children about real talk, real life stuff, man, so they can get it from us. If not, you heard my son out his own mouth. He said that he'll listen to other people. Now I don't know this going on, but I was consistent, and you heard him say it. I called him, he ignored my call. I called him, he ignored my call, but I still called him. Cause it wasn't about no pride thing. This is my son. He don't know no better. He ain't been through the things I've been through on this earth. He have no clue. So that's the patience. Just like God being patient with you and me. You know, at this age, I'm not perfect. I still get mad. I still can get aggressive. I still can do wrong. But like I always have said, I don't practice no evil. I'm not gonna do evil. There's a big difference between wrong and evil. And if you want to get that, a couple of these podcasts, you got to go back and search that because I break that down as well. But yeah, man, we gotta reach out and talk to our kids. That's our responsibility. We can't leave that up to the people in the streets or anybody else. That's something we gotta do. And for the brothers in prison, man, look, whenever you get home, you get whiff of this, man. Look, even though you up there and you say you're gonna change, you gotta don't just say it. Put it in your heart. That's the only way you're gonna change. Don't say you're gonna change, and then when you get out here, things is not like you thought it was gonna be, and so easily get influenced to get back into the same things that put you there in the first place. So no, you can't do that. And that commitment, you got to make that to God. And I ain't talking about no religion. I'm talking about God Himself, the Spirit of God. You make that commitment to Him and Him alone. And that's going to be your commitment. And that's how you're going to be able to change. But again, let me show you, y'all been, I see Santa behind me. Before I get off air tonight, I want to, some people know about this, but for those that don't, look at this Santa. Check him out. Yes, indeed. Black Santa rolling. Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas 2021. Um, it's time to really, really, truly, truly find true solutions, man, to stop this killing. And I'm asking God and I'm believing in God that 2022, that I can be a force. I'll be a force to be reckoned with. That I have the resources that God gonna bless me with to start making a difference in all black communities around this country. Challenging everybody who have made money, to do more to help us. Because this is sad for us, the only people in this country, to be on this level where we killing each other for the stuff we killing each other for. We the only people that everything been taken away from. Think about it. A Mexican right now can make his money to decide, man, hell with this country. Get on the plane, go to Mexico. And he got a house in Mexico. He has his family in Mexico. Arab, same way. Same thing. Same exact thing. Make his money, decide hell with this country. Get on a plane, go back to one of the Middle Eastern countries. A Vietnamese, a Viet Con, whatever, same thing. Get tired of the country, made enough money, get on a plane, go back to China or any other country out there. Now, we get tired. Black people, we tired of it. We get on the plane because we made enough money. Where we gonna go? That been taken. We don't have no country of our own. To this day, I've been trying to ask people, you know, black people were sold into slavery by other black people. And I still want to know why. Why would you sell us into this condition? Why? But everything been taken away. Our language, our culture, our connection to our God, everything. We have nothing of our original people. Nothing. We got to stop it. We got to find solutions to stop this killing of each other. And it's got worse. It's just randomly worse across the board, man. A lot of innocent people losing their lives. I can see if it just was street people that made these decisions. It's not even like that no more. I'm talking about. I think if I'm not mistaken, they had I can't remember, man. I think it was a young lady. Can't remember. I was reading upon it the other day, and I couldn't believe it. She was a um, a model or maybe a entrepreneur. She was young. I know she was very young, in her early 20s. Somebody shot her down. They got him on film running. I don't have no clue why would he do that. It's ridiculous. And this something that we gonna have to deal with, man. We can't just let it keep going on. So that's what this was born for. I'm not your enemy. That's what this was created for. Bring that type of awareness and hoping that people buy into it. That we stop this. End this. Not just stop it. Because stopping is pause. Ending is forever. So I apologize to you guys. We got to end this. But again, I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and, be safe, be respectful, give him the praise. He deserves it. And for all those that lost loved ones this year, and the year not over, it's bigger than us, just temporary life we live. We all live. Like my mama been holding on for a long time. My mama living with a half a lung, half a lung. One of her lungs is gone. She living off a half a lung. 73 years old right now, hanging in there. A soldier. That's a blessing by itself. The strength of God that He can hold on to people when life. I mean, they I didn't even want to share this with her, but they had a little dude around my age just died. He been off a one lung himself. I don't know how long, but my mama been like that since '99. It's 2021, still here. Her health condition is not great, but her mind, she intact. Her mind, she really in tune. She understand everything. She's straight. I thank God for her. But like I said, I'm about to sign off. Look, you already know how I roll. Black love, black unity. That gonna bring us our black power. We gotta stay focused. Much love. Joyful walks.